Yes, welcome to the stream. Happy Monday. Hope you've had a great Monday. I've got a game here for us to play and watch. It's a little game called Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney Justice for All. That is what the game is called. Yes. 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 I got it. Fine. Do I need to say anything before we get right into it? No, I don't think so. I think we can just play. June 21st, 9:48 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Did we just get... I forget, did we just get done with a trial part? Probably just got... Or are we here? No, it's 9:48. Trial started at 10, I think. No, I think we're just about to do the trial part. Yeah, I remember the case. I remember what's happening. We were introduced to Psyche Locks. It's the whole psychic group of people with their village or whatever. Guy went to go get a reading. And then, went to get a reading and then died because Maya channeled, the person who died, the nurse who died in the crash, I believe, and as a spirit, that nurse, I think, killed the guy, is what we're led to believe. What? Prosecutor von Karma? You mean... No, I heard it's his successor this time. Successor? Oh yeah, this was a thing that we were told. At the end of, I think, it was like the end of the last stream reveal or something. It was like, oh, you're going against von Karma. It's like, von Karma? It's like, no, it's a successor. Manfred von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, all so he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. 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 He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now, his successor? I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. It's no good. Mystic Maya! Oh, Pearly! Baby. An actual baby. You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. I almost slipped into doing the I was willy worried. Can't do that. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Are we just gonna throw Pearl into the courtroom as well? Bizarre. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? Yup, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. I can't. Oh my. It takes 2 hours by train. Oh man. Pearly, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. Nice. That's a nice cut. I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. It was always back and forth with them. But when you're rivals for life... Maya, please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He he's gone. And he's not coming back. What? Wait. Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Damn, we have just left a mystery. Nick? Mystery. June 21st, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Oh? Wait, is this the lady that we see in, like, the title? Is that her? Is that her? Oh, shit, what if I go away from the screen? Is that her? Am I supposed to love her? Compose myself. Alright, judge voice. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? Oh my god! She's got... I know it's obviously the outfit, but damn. Look at those shoulder poofs. I don't even know what to call them. Shoulder poofs. Looks like they just like it's like a closed system, and then like before she came into the courtroom, they just pumped her like that area with air or something, and then like sealed it back up. Like, you know, like when you had those like those shoes with the pumps that you'd like squeeze or something, a little area, and it would like inflate a little sack thing. She basically has that for her shoulders. What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Is she supposed to be really young, too? I know it's Von Karma's kid, but Von Karma wasn't like a spry chicken. Oh, I have no idea. I need a voice sample. What voice am I giving her? Damn it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. We'll change if we need to. You must be a little shocked because I'm a woman, correct? Hold on. So she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma? I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. She probably has like an accent I'm not gonna even try to replicate. Franziska. I'm Franziska. Franny von Karma. I'm not gonna do that voice. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Oh, this is her thing. She's she's got a whip. I assume she's got like a dominating personality. I bet there are some fans who are into her as a character. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... Ow! She's got fucking whipped. I'm talking. Oh. Posing. God. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. I understand that the game is taking this route. It would have been really interesting if she, like, somehow came out straight out of the gate, like, she's like, I'm nothing like my dad. And, like, she was actually, like, super cool or whatever, but she was still, like, this antagonistic force because she's the prosecutor and everything. But then, like, Phoenix just constantly only sees, like, Manfred von Karma in her. And he, like, acts like he's gotta be so defensive, and she's just, like, a super chill person. Yow! Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor? Does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense? A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. You could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but the defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. Take a bow. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father, like daughter, I suppose. Ah, fuck. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If everyone please look at this map. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. Few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. That's when they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. Floor plans added to the court record. Diagram of channeling chamber. Cool. So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then. Cause of death. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. Shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol and finished the victim off after the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point blank. Court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Alright, I'm gonna check out these things I got. Alright, nice little diagram. And there's nothing really to check there. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. The victim? Now, why would he have... Oh, there's her voice. That's her first voice sample. Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you're missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints? Along with the victims. The defendant, Maya Fey's, were also on the grip, sir. Murmur. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. Right into her hands there. Point blank, huh? So about how far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. And how do you know he was shot at point blank? Tisk, 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 Mr. Phoenix Wright. I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn? When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. There were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. I'm a knob. Okay, press. Stabbed? What was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see, and whose knife was it? It looks like it belongs to the face, sir. And of course, my face fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? This does not look good. Ha ha ha. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will continue to press, ma'am. Thanks for asking. How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. This testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yup, sure can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. I'm very curious to see if this keeps going with the fool thing. If that goes beyond, like, this immediate part. I'm very curious to see just how quickly it gets old. Because I assume it's supposed to be very funny, but it's now popped up 3 times, and I'm like, alright, this is enough. Yeah, now he's hot. And a woman. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Doesn't matter then which was first. Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Grr, what a pain. That's enough. We've clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today. Very well. Court accepts them into evidence. Scoop. Pistol, murder weapon, was Gray's. 2 shots fired, Bear's, Maya's, and Gray's fingerprints. Knife, murder weapon, small fruit knife, belongs to the face, Bear's, Maya's fingerprints. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally. This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there's no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes. Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justify self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. It's your final chance. This is a huge decision. Better think this through all the way. I'll save it just in case. Don't want to make a fucking mistake. In case it is important. No, stand by what we said. Not guilty. If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined. She'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor? Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. Okay. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective? Yes, yes, sir? Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike.
Yes, sir. Now, see here, proceedings are run by... Eek!
Yeah, this place, might as well, she runs everything at this point. Her and her giant puffy shoulders.
Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony.
I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence.
Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a back spray of blood on this. This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Scoop.
Clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder. There are blood splatters on it.
Alright, Mr. Wright.
Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing. Alright, what do we got here? Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier?
You're kind of scary today, you know, pal. Come now, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court. Be nice to the man. Alright. Just please stop glaring at me like that.
Maya's costume?
Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her.
Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? Great point. Good job, Phoenix. You're really solving this. This blood on the costume.
Lab results show that is the victim's blood. So there's blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes.
Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence?
Well...
If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad. Not enough time. Let's move on.
Yes. Ms. von Karma is perfectly correct.
God, the judge is on her side. If I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Press further. Why is Ms. von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an injection like that. There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder. Is there a hole in there on the side of it?
Mr. Wright, Ms. von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it.
Remember watching... Wait, there's an anime of this game? Of this series? I was not even aware. Oh my god, what if I... You know what? Does it follow the games pretty much exactly? What if, instead of playing the games, I just watch the anime on stream? And then, I get DMCA striked, and then I'll never stream again. Damn, how come I've never... I mean, I'm generally on top of things when, like, a game that I'm playing or something has, like, an anime adaptation. I'm usually aware. Exactly the same story. So you're saying then, oh, because you were saying you didn't actually play this game before? Is that what you had said earlier? Or that it had been so long you didn't remember this one? I forget exactly what you had said. But then that would make sense if you had just watched the anime. And you're like, oh, this case is crazy. Looks like one tells us. So about that costume, there's one little thing I say. Your Honor, actually, there's something very wrong with this piece of evidence.
What are you talking about, pal?
You haven't played the third one. Oh, okay.
Where is this problem you're talking about?
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with this... Oh, it went away. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I gotta press triangle. My bad. I immediately saw that. I didn't watch the third anime season either. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume.
A sleeve? Oh, there's a tiny hole here. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. Oh, it smells of gunpowder.
Looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole.
Order! 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 It's a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else.
Updated. Okay.
Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Check. Check. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke. Nothing more. How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight.
Well, I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor von Karma said is true. Evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then... No way. Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir.
What was the last thing I pressed? I think it was the third one. He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't?
We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, circumstances around this murder changed drastically.
I'm in real trouble now. Only had something to prove that the victim did fight back. At Von Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow, and then I'll have, have her? I don't know what that second to last word was. Then I'll have her, maybe. Okay, without a doubt was not fighting back, so I'd assume I have something here that proves he was in fact fighting back. I mean, I would assume it's the thing with the gunshot in it, because... I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna try. Detective Dick Gumshoe?
Yes? Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling.
You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back.
Yeah, I did.
Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean? The bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean. Okay.
What does it mean?
I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back?
You're right. It seems you're correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything.
Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Ha. What is with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Miss von Karma!
It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea.
It is correct.
But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty.
Now that you... Oh, that's correct.
Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all.
No. Well, yes, that is true.
Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense.
Huh? How so?
Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course.
Huh? Oh, you mean by myself? You want me to put together a scenario all by myself?
It's just weird.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. During the channeling, the defendant saw a chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. The scenario I've put together does make sense. Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Wright, on the surface it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily.
Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please.
Okay. Five statements. Every time. There's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim.
Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess.
You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the Kurain channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Kurain channeling technique. She's amazing. Like I said before, I am perfect.
About what you're talking about, I don't quite get it. Is this the new TikTok dance? Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony.
So he was stabbed. The stab wound didn't kill him?
But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad.
How badly hurt would you say he was?
Actually, I went to give blood the other day. Afterward, I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. Guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. Sorry.
Where in the world did that pistol come from?
It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day.
But a handgun?
He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder.
Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then?
Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired.
Maya, I'm glad you weren't hurt. Maya's never fired a gun before in her life.
Victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger.
Even me. I wonder. Now do you understand? Von Karma's logic is perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. But there's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. I'm really feeling it all, Mr. Krabs. During the channeling, defendant saw a chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back. While the two are fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed? I mean... Oh, do we just say, the victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed, and then it's clear that it didn't miss? Am I showing this again? The hole in the robe thing again? Missing the tiny hole on his costume will be the prosecution's undoing.
What do you mean?
This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where's the gunpowder burn on the costume? On this costume?
Gunpowder burn?
This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Oh!
But there's not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume.
That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean?
It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that? As if that was even possible. According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Goddard. Well, then... That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took a shot. There. That should satisfy even you.
That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
I must be careful. Can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Something doesn't make sense. There's a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. I'm pretty sure it has to do something with, it's gonna be like if there was distance, it's gonna be something along the lines of like, if there's distance between them at some point after one of them shot, then how did the second shot get off? How would she be able to then have taken the gun if there was distance, you know? I feel it's like something like that.
Fatal? Flaw? Yo!
Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took a shot. Must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. Oh, there's this folding screen with a bullet hole in it as well. Stabbed in chest and shot at point blank, maybe? Okay, it's gonna be the gun itself, it's gonna be the autopsy report, or it's for some reason gonna be this. I don't know, we'll try this. It doesn't sound. Take a look at this.
Why are you showing this to me, pal?
Prosecutor von Karma's explanation in this piece of evidence.
Do not contradict.
Huh?
Ha! Looks like you need to use your brain a little more, pal.
Being lectured by Gumshoe of all people is so embarrassing.
Come on, hurry up and get that thinking cap on.
Did I not take a... Okay, I got a second read at this, and I don't think I took damage. She put some distance between them before rushing, and it's highlighted. Put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took a shot. This is not being as obvious as I think it is. I mean, I'll just try the other thing. I mean, it's now I feel it's that or this. Let me try this first. This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic.
What is that? A folding screen?
I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. I know I'm probably exaggerating it a bit, but like obviously I think the judge is supposed to be kind of dumb, like in this game. Like he's supposed to be like a fucking goof, and he's like, like almost like a less exaggerated form of Gumshoe. It's just kind of like the bumbling, like, oh man, you gotta convince me because I'm the dumb judge. So I know I'm playing it up a bit, but man, is this judge really dumb. And very much like the way he acts is very funny, just because it's like you show him something, he's like,
huh, what does that mean? Huh? Explain it to me.
I don't know. It's just it's a very funny trope to me. I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about.
Who? Where? What? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please.
Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height at approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground.
Order! Order! This changes everything.
Please look at this. I feel as if also as we get through the series, I'm going to make him sound worse and worse. Like, it sounds like he's going to just slowly be, like, deteriorating. Like, it's just becoming more and more senile almost. Like, I feel like if you compare what I'm doing to his voice now compared to what I did at, like, the start, like, it just sounds worse and worse. And not just because I'm forgetting for this guy, but mostly just because I'm just making it exaggerate more and more. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot. The bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Defendant was here? I mean, we already had the diagram, right? We already saw it, but I mean, at the start it pointed. I mean, how exact do I have to be with this? Like here? Am I supposed to draw the line between this and... Or does it want me back where? Somewhere around here. Uh-oh. The judge's face is scrunched like he just smelled some serious bad breath. That is, I mean...
Wait, I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up.
Sure.
In the meantime, I want you to think things through again, Mr. Wright.
Oh, fuck. Of course. Whoops. What's done is done. For now, you should focus on where Maya was at the time of the crime. I mean, isn't it here then? Or does it really want me to go, like... somewhere around here? Did I really... Really? What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh. This is gonna be some bullshit, isn't it? Here? Here? Here. Here? Shot. Line here. Shot here. Oh, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. This is gonna be... Oh no, I'm getting like bad flashbacks to the fucking blue badger fucking jar thing again. Okay, I've guessed like pretty much this whole box. Now, why would she be here? Why would she be here? Why would she be here? Do I go all the way over here? She was standing here near the folding screen. Dumb. Bad. Bad. This was bad. Oh, wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole, but how can you gauge the distance from that? Oh, and then we get the K there for some reason. Isn't it possible the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there'd be gunpowder burns present. However... well, there's nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you!
I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation?
Just fucking everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time?
Squatting all the way by the folding screen.
Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike?
On further consideration, does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason.
Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job.
Oof.
Alright, this, the rest of the trial should be in the finger wag. Blast radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Ugh. All the things you inherit. Why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Smarmy smile. Detective? How dare you damage my perfect logic?
How was all my fault?
You can start repairing your standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later.
Punishment?
Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness? It's gotta be Lotta.
Very well. Court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. Spec.
To be continued. What time is it? We can keep going. We can go to the next witness. We can do the next witness here. If we had passed an hour, then it'd be like, we'll call it. But let's go to the next witness. June 21st, 11:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Phew, that was a close one. I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. Felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you. How old is she again? How does she know these words? How can she speak? 8? Do you even know how to talk at the age of 8? Oh, that was the nurse. For a second, I was like, who the fuck was this again? That was the nurse that died. Deceased. Wait, I don't get her age. Became a prosecutor in Germany at age 13. Oh, she's 18. Okay. A prodigy who has never known defeat. Also deceased. If you're deceased, you don't get an age anymore. Thanks. Wait, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sister's ghost will come after you and haunt you. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Maya? Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. Don't be so upset. June 21st, 11:43 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
Oh, now reconvene. Now first order of... Oh!
Don't want to hear it, old man. After how many times do I have to teach you, old man? After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy.
Yes, sir.
Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. Alright, back to my shitty southern accent. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Yowza. Name and occupation. I declare one tarnation. It sounds like I changed it up a bit, but whatever. Hey, Judge, this here is violence against my fair self.
That's fine.
That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip. There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify.
No. Let's all be one big happy family, okay? Family.
Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Miss Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room.
And did you take a picture of the scene after the murder took place?
Reckon course.
Excuse me?
Reckon course is short for you reckon. Of course I did. Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. Moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see here. This here's the picture. Ba-da-da-dum.
It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room.
Picture taken at the murder scene. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I'll clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Just watch. Okay. Alright, back to 5 statements. Was it really only those 2 that went in? What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the 2 of them?
Yes.
Dr. Gray and Maya were the only 2 that went into the room.
Hold on. We can't have the defense testifying against its own client.
Anyway, folks, only the 2 of them went into the channeling chamber, you hear? But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you, witness? Continue! I didn't do a long enough pause, but okay. It's fine. No one's judging me. Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Ugh. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes. I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot.
And why are we here listening to the defense testify?
The world becomes just a little crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you that was a gunshot I heard. Now, this is where the story heats up. So, let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down. Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss Von Karma. I broke the door down. Sorry. I just feel like an inquisition. No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man.
Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see. Manliness.
The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. Okay. And what did you see once you broke in? Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony. Press harder. Lotta, please, think back to the day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room? I was murdered. Click. Peek. Lotta, at a time like this? Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct? Well, you see...
Order! Miss Hart, you are here to present accurate testimony.
Yeah, sorry. Good. Shifts things back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those 2 entered the channeling chamber. When they entered, one of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in. Is this just gonna come down to, like, I mean, if we're believing the whole channeling thing, and that is a pseudoscience-y like thing that can happen in this game's universe, is this case just gonna come down to if you channel someone and they take control of your body, does that then make you the murderer just because you're the physical body, or is it because you're being used? I mean, it's almost like, let's say some weird situation where, like, you know, two people, person A and person B are standing. I'm person C. I have a gun. I put person B somehow, I puppet their body with, like, my arms, and I put their hand around the gun trigger or something, and then I shoot person A. And it's like, oh, did I kill the person, or did the person whose finger technically pulled the trigger pull, you know? Bad example, but you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say.
It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey.
Exactly. Rats. I'm trapped like one. Again. Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure am. But that old witch chased us out of the room, so... Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey? But there was no one else in there, and you know it. Channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. There's really no one else in there. What about under the flooring? Behind the door? What about behind the folding tree? Did you check back there? Wreck given? Huh? What in the... Wreck given? You know, ya reckon that's a given. Took me a good look around the room once. Ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that phone screen.
If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart.
What? You got a problem?
Wreck given. I mean, I am having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying such things as reckon and given.
Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony or don't you? Just as I thought. Nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth.
Enough! Seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony.
At the time of the crime, only two people were in the channel chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey.
Face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, think about the circumstances. You have to be the defendant.
What am I going to do if I just let this go?
What is that, Mr. Wright? Look as if you have something to say.
Make one wrong move. I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in this photo? Prove that it's not Maya? I mean, that's just the photo I'm looking at in the background. Not Maya. I mean, I don't... Unless it's this. But I mean... Do I really say no to this? Can't present anything yet.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey. Didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument.
That's enough.
Is this it? Is this all I could do?
I think it is quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible.
I told you. Totally 100% impossible.
Miss von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness?
Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed.
What about defense? No further questions, I presume?
I couldn't protect Maya. The defense.
Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad he is.
Mia? Whoa! Whoa, this is through the little girl. Why is she in the courtroom? No! No! I need some water. Help me, Mia. Doo-doo. Sorry, water break. Gotta keep my throat hydrated or something. I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? But Pearls. Her clothes are a bit small. Oh no. Oh, oh no. Okay. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully, one more time, about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray. Click. I was murdered. What? Click. Lotta, at a time like this? Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. You see, there's one final piece to this puzzle. Mia, question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. Don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully.
Oh, then this court would like to end the cross-examination period.
Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time.
Overruled. Get fucked. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore,
It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. What better time than this for you to see that?
But, I mean, I have some place I must go after this. Alright, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry and give another testimony.
Well, heck. What am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, you got it. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. Part 2. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff, but I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot.
Nothing sounds different from before.
Some parts of her testimony were very vague. You should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. Damn. Okay. Four statements now. So, what did she look like? You know, she looked almost like a different person.
A different person?
She may have seemed like a different person, however, she was still Maya Fey. We have already made that point abundantly clear.
Yes, that is true. Well then, Miss Hart, did you happen to say anything else?
Then perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray's at all. Well, I reckon that's possible. If the body inside the room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling? Or maybe... Ow! Foolish fool, spouting foolish foolishness, just I expect of a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, that would mean that Maya Fey is in fact dead. And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Ugh. Sorry, Maya. Are y'all done here? Can I continue? And even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer? That's why I'm getting out of this here business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers. Whoa. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Would it kill you to stay on topic for a change?
Oh, would it, Mr. Wright?
Nice. Tag teamed in stereo. Guess I should be grateful it's not in 5.1. Two, right? Two what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots.
But only one has been submitted as evidence.
Miss Hart, where's the other picture you've been withholding? No. You got it all wrong. That's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself.
And why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet?
Well, ain't obvious. My prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? Von Karma.
Miss Von Karma, you're holding critical evidence.
Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this. You're as bad as your father. Leave it to the judge. Fuck that. Your Honor, the defense asks that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court.
Well, no.
Me? In contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court. On purpose. That's not fair. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? I'm so angry I lost my composure.
Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to the court?
I felt this picture was not important and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. But more trouble than it's worth. More trouble that it's worth. I think it's that, whatever. How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. You're taking out the murder scene, picture 2. Here we go. I mean, her face is completely different. Look at her face. Look at her face. Look at her face, guys. Guys, her face.
What is this picture?
It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur.
I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this?
This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? Wait. Should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? Insist it's not Maya. Your Honor, as you can plainly see, person in this picture is not Maya Fey.
Yes, I see that. It's not just her face. Her whole body has taken on a different appearance. Look at it. Body.
There's only one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow, this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. Okay, Phoenix. Is Phoenix trying to just, like, not get into the supernatural thing? Like, is he clearly trying to avoid the topic of supernatural so he doesn't have to, like, talk about it? Or is he really dumb? I mean, come on. I'm going to try to give the game a bit of credit and assume that he's looking at the situation. He's being like, okay, it's going to be hard to try to convince and explain to people the whole channeling thing. But then by saying like, oh, someone came in and switched places, just makes you sound bad.
Order! 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 Well, yes, I believe you're correct, Mr. Wright. Person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey.
Mia, we did it. You're too soft.
Huh?
You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor von Karma's face. She's smiling. I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Miss von Karma, what do you mean by that?
Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. Okay. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitors room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit.
Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person?
She looks this way because she's obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit.
It's unbelievable that she can.
Yet, it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's called. Man, it's so weird. I think I touched upon this earlier, but how, like, we finally in this game got confirmation, or at least I got confirmation, that her physical appearance seeming to change to the person she's channeling was an actual physical manifestation kind of thing, and, like, other people in the game saw it. It's funny that, like, the whole first game, I constantly was asking, like, does anyone else see this channeling thing, or is this all kind of in Phoenix's mind, you know, or to assist the player in seeing, you know, to make the obvious connection of who they're channeling or whatever. And then it's just funny to go from that, and then in the second game, this is being like a central, not a central theme, but like a central point to this case, a central thing that the case is being built around is her channeling, and now as we're seeing, physically changing. It's just, I mean, not weird or anything, but just funny that that's how this is shaken. Miss von Karma, a word, if I may. Mia, taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely, you must know that this picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. And his eyes are just like, oh. I don't even have a single witty line. It looks like we've been had.
I don't claim to understand this. I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is defending Maya Fey?
If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it'll cost me. Is there any way I can prove that this person in this picture is not Maya? Is there any way I can prove that this person... Yes, sure. Your Honor?
Oh, fire's returned to your eyes, I see.
This picture? Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now.
A contradiction?
So, you think you spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what's so strange? Okay, I hate how that goes by so quickly. Point out how this is not Maya. I mean, to just go to the face? I don't know what I didn't... How... The thing around her neck? What about the gun, maybe? Does it have a thing to do with her right-handed, left-handedness, maybe? That's nothing that's been touched upon, so we can't really. Plus, that was a thing in, like, the first case, right? There was a left-handed, right-handed thing about the glove and all, and writing. So I don't think it would be that. We didn't touch upon it. There's nothing... I mean... I don't know what else I'd point to. I mean, him on the ground doesn't do anything. And the only things I can think of that immediately stand out then is her face. And then her necklace thing. But that's not... I mean, I don't know what it would be. So not the gun. I don't have the necklace. Face. Do I just vague point in this direction and hope it catches it?
Take that!
I'll just try. Please direct your attention here. To her face. With your own 2 eyes, you can clearly see that this face does not belong to my face. Fool. Do you even know what you're talking about anymore? Oh, that hurt. Didn't we just finish discussing that her appearance changes during channeling? I know you ain't no dummy.
So, there's a limit to everything, Miss Wright, with patience.
Why is it going so fast? Phoenix, you're supposed to be helping. Cringe. Oh my god, even Maya's mad at me now. Focus. So, you think you spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm gonna end up losing because of this, aren't I? What else would it be? There's nothing. What am I missing? It's not her face. The only other thing I could think of is the something around her neck thing. But I can't check, like, a normal picture. Because I don't know what it normally looks like. Oh, God.
Take that!
Contradiction lies here.
You don't sound very sure of yourself, mister.
I gotta save just in case. Oh, no.
Mr. Wright.
Excuse me, but can you really tell me how much confidence I have in this? Huh. What is with that attitude? Oh, that hurt. Didn't we just finish discussing that her appearance changes during channeling?
There's a limit to everything, that includes patience. Oh, fuck.
Phoenix, you have to think before you speak. You can't just blurt out. Nick, you're supposed to be helping me. I don't... Let me...
I wanna take it back. Take it back.
Don't want to submit anything wrong. I'll assume if I'm stuck in this loop, I'm assuming I have to pick something here, right? Is it that there's no hole in the thing? Bum 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 bum. Ba-da-da-da-da. This, I mean, this is a Hail Mary kind of thing, but wouldn't there have been a hole here?
Take that!
Please direct your attention here.
To the sleeve. But there's anything odd about it.
I'm smart. I got it. Don't worry, guys. I'm smart. And that's exactly why it's so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there. Ah.
There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume.
If that's the case, it should be there in this picture as well.
Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence. You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this.
Alright, should do some major damage to her argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. the condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Tisk, jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honor. Your Honor, I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools.
What do you mean?
And what incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value in this case.
I see.
She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything, the bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor gumshoe.
In any case, there's a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none.
The judge is confused by the strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright? We probably shouldn't be talking about loading evidence and shooting. But okay. Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor? There's only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The picture being fake is definitely not the answer. I'm gonna say a shooter, someone else. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There could be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What?
Order! If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ow!
Ooh, why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. Complete mess? Fail to see how. Please, enlighten us. Hey, witness. What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor? Why, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... Oh, I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see? Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? Where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? It's relatable.
Well, the person in this picture is not the defendant. And this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from?
That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on. Can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. I believe that even Mia's calling me out by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Probably save, just in case. If it's so difficult or something to do. Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around? That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix? So, where did this intruder appear from? Where did Maya disappear to? Need to look at the situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? What if Maya left that room somehow? If I couldn't prove that either one of these conditions were true. Okay, I'm already starting to see what's going on here. So if Phoenix is now building the case that Maya didn't do this, but we're seeing the nurse. We see the nurse's face, right? And it's not like the nurse came back to life somehow. I doubt that's the case. So it's what's probably is what this case is building into is that it's another person who had the ability to channel people, ended up channeling the nurse for some reason, and then that person shot the guy, right? And then how many channelers have we been given to in this game? And who's likely to be the ending person who's incriminated with it? And then you gotta think, oh, it's gotta be the, her, right? Unless somehow any mini can channel people and we just don't know, maybe. I mean, that'd be even weirder of a situation. But I assume she's gotta come into this case at some point. I know I'm like, I'm playing it, I'm thinking and playing ahead, but like basically, what it seems that this game is doing is like, okay, it's definitely the nurse, the dead nurse was channeled by someone. But then I still even feel bad because then if it does end up being like her, then again, technically she was channeling someone. You know what I mean? I can prove that either one of those conditions were true.
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with.
I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... something I can't explain yet. I think what happened before we first forced our way is that a third person had entered it. Your Honor, I would like to present some evidence. I have proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. Oh, wait, no. No. Someone else in the room before the murder took place. Someone else. I don't think I can prove that at all. Unless it's related to the key. It happened a while ago, so I don't remember, but was the aunt like holding on to the key during this? Or did Maya have it in her possession? Please take a good look at this.
Okay.
I've already seen it.
Thank you. And what is the purpose of this item?
Don't you see, Your Honor? I don't think you actually see what you're doing.
Here's a court that should be siding at you, Mr. Wright.
Ouch, that stung. Okay, I'm gonna think it over again. I think the way I'm going about this is all wrong. I have to start over and try to think about things in a different manner. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? What if Maya left that room somehow? I can prove that either one of those conditions are true.
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with.
What happened before we forced our way? Should I hit this? I'm sorry, I simply can't. You see? And the reason is quite simple, because there's no explanation, that's why.
As I thought, another big waste of this court's time.
Phoenix, you can't just give up like that.
But, Mia,
rethink things one more time. There has to be an explanation. I'm already perfect, so of course my conclusions are also perfect. Alright, Phoenix, calm down, let's try this one more time. God damn it. Let's go ahead and say it again. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? I could prove that either one of those conditions were true. That Maya had either left or there was a third person in there already. It's not anything to do with the key. Is there anything in this picture that shows anything? Is there like a shadow of someone? A third person behind the thing or something? There's nothing in this picture either. I mean, if we're saying that there has to be a third person, couldn't we just present this fucking costume again and been like, all right, there has to have been because. Okay, so I can't select this. Game doesn't want me to do that. It could still be a third person that entered it, but I tried that into the key, which was the only thing that made it seem like it would be an option. I'm trying to think. I'll just see what happens when I go get Maya left the room. Maya left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. Oh, foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey is being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. Chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary.
Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder till the time of arrest, the defendant left the room.
Do I show the key again? Do I dare try? Had left the room. Oh yeah, that doesn't show anything. Nope. That's just a diagram. I mean, it couldn't be these pictures because these pictures were taken then once we entered, right? So I don't think they would even have anything I would technically prove. I can only take one more hit though, is the problem. Do I do this and the key, or this and this? The fucking clothes can't be a third answer to this case. Well, it can't be. That can't be the case. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? The music faded, so I assume I'm correct. So that's good. Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that... The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind, after all.
Oh, one of a kind, you say?
I mean, I'm curious to see. The problem I'm having with this is the key itself. That doesn't, like, prove that she left then, unless something else is revealed. It just proves that she could leave. You know what I mean? Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes? Looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession?
Huh? What do you mean?
Maya Fey locked herself in, and the key should have been with her.
Yes, agreed.
However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest.
Ah, well, ain't that a kick?
So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. This little girl, who's not really a little girl anymore. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No! Oh, okay, I see. I understand now. Smack, smack.
It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Ms. von Karma?
How can this be?
At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible.
My perfect case. How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm a prodigy. I've never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict.
That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned.
We made it. June 21st, 1:32 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 3. Wow, that was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Also, I gotta say, it's almost like the hole in the fucking costume thing was already used a third time, because it was used in the picture where I showed that that costume didn't have a bullet on it. So it's almost like 3. Nick. I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened? Oh, that might have been Phoenix speaking. Let me see. Does he change? What, look at the delay? Nope. It was Phoenix. It just flashed to her for some reason to try to trick me. Like, what happened in that room, for instance? Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing. So sheltered. So sheltered. Whew. Alright, part 3, investigation. Next time we play this game. I think I said this yesterday, but I'm going to try to touch a bunch of different games this week. So it might be a little bit until we play this again. But the thing is, I do know Saturday, all things, if they go according to plan, for my schedule and everything, I should be pretty free on Saturday and actually be able to do a day stream on Saturday for the first time in forever. So I'm hoping on Saturday I can play like at least 2 different games for a good amount of time. And so if I don't play Phoenix Wright any other time this week, then I would assume a Saturday day stream of some Phoenix Wright is bound to happen, along with other games. Tomorrow, we'll see what I do. Maybe I do like well, I mean, I guess I could do, if I'm not going to play more of this, I guess there's 3 other options, right? Probably for now. So we'll see. I won't commit to one or the other because it's going to be like a mood thing. I'm going to put my mood ring on, and then whatever color my mood ring is determines what my mood is, and then that'll determine unfunny bit. Okay, I will end here. Seems like a good place to end. As I've always said, I rather end, if I can help it, in between these sections where it saves. So I think it's better to end here than start going through the investigation part. So until next time I play this, stay safe, stay well, have a great rest of your Monday night, and I will be back tomorrow night. I should be back tomorrow night.